Alright, so we just pulled up to the gym. We're about to go in right now, smash a quick leg workout. This is gonna be kind of like a different, it's gonna be like a little different setup, a little different video style than we normally do. We're gonna do like a little in-depth leg workout, kind of go over like our typical routine,
what we're doing,
how we're doing it, the sets and reps, give you guys a little tips on like squatting and a bunch of the other exercises. So stay tuned for that. We're about to go in, start with 10 minutes of cardio, and then we'll see you guys on the first exercise.
Let's get it, baby.
We just finished up on cardio. We typically do like 10 to 15 minutes before every session, just to kind of, nothing too crazy, just to kind of get the sweat going and get warmed up before we start getting into the actual lifting. Today we just did the bike. I like that, especially on leg day, because it kind of warms up the quads a little bit. You can increase the resistance and just gets like a nice blood flow going to the quads, so definitely a good warm-up. So
what are we starting with? You want to do abductors or you want to do... Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we're going to start with abductors, so let's see you there.
So tell them what you're going on.
We are on our second or third set of these abductors now. We're just increasing a little bit each set. Nothing too crazy. You want to get higher repetitions, just drive blood to the legs,
right,
and really focus on the squeeze.
Nice.
Control the negative, just get a good pump, good contraction. Yeah. Notice how I control the negative?
Yeah.
Way back.
Nice and slow.
And then explode into it.
They get super pumped up that way. Same thing with real thumb, slow. Really focus on the negative. Get the blood flowing. The quads and the sides pumped up before we squat and before we do some heavy pressing movement. It's gonna feel a lot better. Yeah, you feel it like right here.
You do, yeah.
Feel it.
Especially when you hold it at the end, like right there. Now that we got the legs all warmed up, we're moving right into squats. This first set, I got no weight on the bar, but this is important. I like to go nice and slow and get low on these reps. Really stretch out my legs and get a low depth. That way, when I work up to those heavier sets, I'm already used to that depth, and it will feel a lot easier. I'm just purely getting used to the motion of the squat, engaging the muscles that I'm going to be using. I would not take this set for granted. I feel like this is really important. It's going to help you in the long run when you get to those heavier sets. I'm going to get right into it and put a plate on each side. This set is also important because this is going to assess how I'm feeling for the day. I'll usually do 8 to 10 reps here, nice, slow, and controlled, making sure I'm engaging my quads and my legs, really focusing on bracing as I go down, going through all of the tips in my head, just to make sure that I'm feeling comfortable and that I'm getting warmed up. Last thing you want to do is not warm up at all, throw a bunch of weight on the bar, and snap your shit up in half. That's the last thing you want to do, so be patient with it. Go slow, make sure you're nice and warmed up before getting into those heavier sets. So now that I'm all warmed up, this set is going to be my first working set. I threw another plate on the bar. I'm not going to be maxing out, throwing on as much weight as I can. I'm still easing up to get to my top set. Depending on how this set feels is going to affect the next one. If I'm not feeling as good, I'm probably going to keep the weight lower, higher repetitions, and focus on volume. But this day I was feeling pretty good. So the next set I'll probably add a 25 or so, go from there, and reassess how I'm feeling. So right now I added 315 on the bar. This is going to be my top set for the day. Make sure you're getting adequate rest time in between those sets, especially for this one, because this one is going to take a lot out of you. This is what you've been prepping for. Make sure to go through all the cues in your head. Stay tight, plant your feet on the ground. Brace yourself as you go down and drive on the way up. I was training this set low rep range, a higher weight obviously, and then after I'm going to do a few back off sets with lighter weight just to finish off the legs. Here's my last set on squats. I have 275 on the bar again. It felt 10 times lighter than when the first time I did it. And this set, I'm just gassing out the tank using all the energy I have left because the next exercises are all going to be accessories. Squats are one of my favorite exercises to build mass on the legs. The most important tip I could give you is always try to improve your form. Don't matter about how much weight you do. If you improve your form, the weight will come with. Now that we're all finished with squats, we're going to get right into the accessory movements. These are all going to be hypertrophy exercises, and we're focusing on getting a nice stretch and squeeze on the muscle. High reps, feel that burn. First exercise, we're going to be starting up with the lying hamstring curl. These are one of my favorites. I like to start doing these single with just one leg. That way you get to feel the blood flow in each muscle individually. And then I'll bump up the weight and start doing 2 legs. With this exercise, one of the biggest tips I can give you is to control the negative on the way down. In this clip right here, you see me just repping and hammering them out. But in the next clip, you'll see my brother Cam. He's going nice and slow with it on the way back, exploding on the way up, really feeling that stretch, and really putting the most possible tension on the muscle, getting a great burn. For these accessory movements, I like to stick to doing 4 sets. With each set, I stick to around 10 to 15 reps. I focus more on time under tension rather than how many reps I do. Like I said, go nice, slow, and controlled. Make sure you're feeling that burn. On the 4th set, I like to drop set, and on that set, you're gassing out the tank. You're using all your energy. Make sure you feel that burn, and when you do, don't stop. Keep going, because those are the reps that count the most. Those is what's going to build muscle. Next up, we got leg extensions. If you're trying to build up your quads, you got to be hitting these. Same thing applies. Go nice, slow, and controlled. Make sure you're controlling the weight. Don't just move the weight. Make sure you're pushing with your quads. I like to incorporate a slight pause at the top and then control the weight on the way down. This is really going to drive a lot of blood into your quads and give you a sick pump. I'm a big fan of leg extensions because you can use this machine to target all heads of your quads. If you point your toes together and point them inwards, you're going to be targeting more of your outer quad, and vice versa. If you point your toes outwards, you're going to be working more of your inner quad. And then obviously if you just have the standard position, that's going to hit all the quads and give you overall quad development. With those leg extensions, we were actually supersetting them with another exercise. Here you can see us doing a single leg hamstring curl. I'm a big fan of supersets because it adds intensity to your workout and is another form of progressive overload because you have shorter rest time in between sets, therefore putting more stress on the muscle. If you have a machine like this at your gym, you gotta try it out. It puts the greatest isolation on your hamstring than any other machine, even better than those lying hamstring curls. Same thing applies as all the other accessory movements. Time under tension is very important. Make sure you're feeling the stretch and the squeeze on the muscle, and just really getting a good burn. I know a lot of people say calves are genetic, but I'm not taking that as an excuse. I still try to train calves every time I hit legs, and I have noticed growth over the past couple years. The most important thing I would say is don't bounce the weight. This exercise is the most important to really feel the stretch, and I would really recommend pausing at the top.
Paving this shit crank.
To finish up this workout, we're heading to the dumbbell section and we're going to do some dumbbell RDLs and some dumbbell goblet squats. RDLs, or Romanian deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, whatever you want to call them, are a great exercise to build up your hamstrings. They're pretty tricky to learn at first, but once you get the hang of it, you're never going to want to stop doing them. The most important thing I would say is to act as if your hip is a hinge, and keep your chest up. You want to, when you go down with the weight, you should notice tension build up on your hamstrings and then kind of explode to the top. Once you get this movement down, it is amazing for building up your hamstrings. Now up for goblet squats. These might be one of my favorite leg exercises. I really feel these in the upper quad, so hit these if you're trying to build up that area. Sometimes I like to add a plate or a wedge underneath my heels to really focus more on pushing with my quads. As you can see, I'm in the editing studio. I'm finishing up this video now. I've been sitting on this one for a while. It's been taking me a long ass time to get out, but finally I'm getting it to you guys. We have been experiencing some issues. Our camera actually broke, and we got it fixed. So I'm using that right now. I know I've been lacking a lot. We were posting for a little bit pretty frequently and we kind of fell off. So if you guys have made it all the way to the end of this video, I hope you guys are excited because we're going to be coming out with a lot more content. I have stuff planned. School's wrapping up, so I'm going to have a lot more time to spend on this channel. And just to make a lot more content, hopefully that you guys will enjoy. If you're not already, follow us at Stampede_fit on Instagram. There we post out, we don't post out, we post daily workouts and tips for you guys to use in the gym. Yeah, so just stay tuned, guys. If you're excited for the content to come, subscribe, leave a like on this video, and comment some video ideas you guys would like to see.
Paving this shit crank.